So I would say for the practitioners, traditional knowledge and local communities are essential for everything that we do. And it's not only just in a biodiversity context, but also in the climate context. I would just give a quick example how these knowledges are produced in these local communities and how they can so quickly be lost. So we were doing a project related on climate change and adaptation in protected areas management systems, and we had this huge focus group with the local community there. And one person that was there, he was telling us in that particular area, his grandfather, as a hobby, started to collect climate data. Like each day he would go out and meticulously write the temperature, if there is a snow, how long the snow lasted, and all sort of type of climate data. And he, as appreciation for his grandfather, continued that tradition. So for that really small local area, we had the climate archive that spanned for a century. That if we didn't have that focus group and we didn't talk with that person, we would never know that those data actually exists.
Sometimes when we talk about indigenous knowledge, immediately people have in their ideas some remote part of the Amazon or some ice field in the Arctic or something. Whereas in fact we're talking about knowledge that exists in all of our societies and is really, sometimes it's so common and so daily that you don't really think about it. So about which seasonal vegetables are available, or when you have to do your planting, or whether the climate is behaving more bizarrely than the time of your grandparents or something. So humans have this amazing capacity to observe the world and to adjust to it. If you can mobilize that knowledge, it's not just about the knowledge, it's about the territory and how humans have fitted into that territory. So people know things that they don't even know. So we also talk about it as implicit knowledge, because if you go to farmers and ask them, it's so normal for them, they don't know what you're asking them. But when you use the right tools, these so-called peasants knew so much about mountain ecosystems and different climate patterns within complex mountain landscapes, but they didn't know how to tell us. We had to create a methodology for this to be explained.
Sometimes when we work with indigenous communities, we're just trying to do that maybe just to check a checkbox that we've been very participatory and inclusive. They're just there as a source of information and they never heard back. They're not included in decision-making processes. And I think that the way to change that is to really partner with them, recognize their knowledge as such, and bring them as part of the decision-making processes and the policy-making.
Another thing is not to tokenize these minorities, but to understand how we can, just manage our agendas in a way that enable people to come to us, to be open to us. In that way, for example, with every project, we do specific workshops for women with all the thematics. We need to make sure, that they speak up. We need to make sure that, the meetings are on the days where relevant for them, to ensure the transportation. All these tiny details create trust and create success, in the long term.
So this is something to consider. How we are involving the knowledge holders into the assessment process. Are we just getting there, visiting, getting their knowledge and writing back in our reports and saying, okay, we are including and we are making this very inclusive? Or are we bringing on board these knowledge holders from the beginning of the assessment, even identifying the questions, the relevance, the priorities that those assessments need to be answering, and until the end, until the process of the implementation, right? Because they are also decision makers.